Hi guys and welcome to Thrustzone.com. This is Mohit Soni. What you're looking at is the KTM Adventure again on our channel. But as you can see, this is a different motorcycle. This is the KTM 390 Adventure X. This comes with a different package altogether. Let me explain what it's all about. I won't be going in detail because a very lengthy video of the Adventure S is already live. I'm going to focus on the changes and tell you exactly how it's feeling like. We have ridden it on the highway in the city and gotten a very strong impression of what the motorcycle is, and it remains largely the same. So that's one of the reasons why I'm doing this in a brief way. So as always, let me just quickly run you through what the motorcycle looks like. It looks exactly the same in terms of panels and elements. It's just that the beak is now fully orange. This particular orange color on the X looks quite nice, and as we all know, these panels are very special. The stickers are now embedded into it, and it's an orange color bike with orange colored handguards, and the rear subframe of course is black. Everything else remains the same: the seat, the tail lamps, the underbelly exhaust, the tail lamps, the tail section altogether. The fuel tank is metal, and this is the same switch gear as before. The levers are not adjustable of course, and the switch gear is the same, which is downright brilliant. One of the best switch gears in the country right now for a 400-500cc motorcycle. In fact, much higher motorcycles in displacement and price don't have this kind of switch gear. So this is something that is a job really well done by KTM, a step in the right direction, which is great. You've got your hazard lamps, high beam, all of that is on offer here. And let me just quickly show you the lack of features on this over the S. So this has ABS in off-road and road mode. The display of course can be reduced and standard, which was there before, and as you can see, there is the trips, fuel range, and all of that is available. In terms of fuel efficiency parameters and everything else, it's all the same. Going down, as you can see, it still has a quick shifter, the usual connectivity features, the shift light configuration, clock date, and everything remains. So yeah, a lot of the riding modes are gone, the other details are gone, but the core essentials, the parameters, every single parameter in terms of information is here. You can change all of that quite easily. The screen remains the same, and this is actually a very good thing to have because you're paying quite less, but you're not being devoid of a lot of things, at least when it comes to technology. A quick shifter is here that works really well, as we all know, and the seat also remains the same. The same fuel range of 14 liters will give you substantially a good amount of increase in terms of fuel economy, because it is slightly lighter, and it is of course, as we know, almost 50,000 rupees cheaper in terms of value over the S, because all of those changes very likely are in the riding department. And let me start by explaining you how is it like to ride. Well, the bigger change, let me start with the hardware changes. You've got a 19-inch wheel at the front and 17 at the back, and these are now alloy wheels. Secondly, the adjustable suspension from the rear is from the front is gone, and the rear continues to be on offer for preload. And the rebound setting for the rear suspension also has been removed, but you get the same foot pegs which are dirt oriented, and this is a motorcycle that still feels really good to ride. The ride quality is impeccable. It is really good. It can go over all kinds of roads, all kinds of patchy roads that we have here in Bombay really well. The really bad roads also are demolished by these motorcycles. Very good damping at the front and rear. Of course, the front feels a little soft. It can get crashy at really high speeds when you get into a ridge sort of a pothole or undulation between two roads, so it can feel a little bit crashy there. But this is slightly on the softer side because of course my weight is slightly higher, so most suspensions end up feeling soft, but it isn't super soft that it will turn you off and you won't like it. The lighter the rider you are, below 100 kgs, it is going to feel just right. So this is for somebody who's a heavier rider, just like me. For them, this is how I like to put it. For lighter riders, of course, my lighter colleague rode it and he still said, he's significantly lighter than me, he said that the ride quality still remains fantastic and it is a great handler at the same time. With my weight also, it 90% feels that way. So the kind of capability this chassis and suspension have, even with higher weight of mine, truly shows that the potential is very high. And of course, we've seen the full potential in the S with the adjustability that can make this motorcycle an absolute delight to ride. At the same time, almost irresistible, because once you get the suspension to your weight and to your customized feel and look, capability, you can really enjoy this motorcycle. This particular one here will help you with commuting on a daily basis, will go the long distance, will help you commute, go on the weekend rides. You can do your touring things as well, because one full tank can return almost 400 kilometers, which is absolutely brilliant in terms of fuel efficiency. And we've done that test in the S. This is is slightly more efficient, so you can reach the 400 kilometer mark on this in a single tank if you are below 100 most of the time. This engine is turning out to be quite efficient as well. In terms of smoothness, this is the motorcycle that I'm riding, which has almost 3,000 kilometers on it. Earlier motorcycle that I had just about 1200 1300 kilometers. The smoothness has definitely increased, is I would like to tell. It is increasing with with kilometers, so this engine is clearly on the path of being much more smoother. Even after the second service, it will become even more smoother. I have the Gen 3 Duke. I have serviced it twice. It is definitely more smoother than this motorcycle as well. So in terms of engine, this is clearly going ahead in the right direction. Don't worry about reports or any other news that the engine is not that great. It will definitely get much better than how initially you are getting this motorcycle, so don't worry about that. In terms of brakes, of course, this has organic pads, so the braking does feel, let's say, not that instant and super sporty like the S, but you can swap the pads for sintered pads and get the job done. For me, riding it within the city and intercity highway, I didn't notice much of a problem, but when you're really gunning for it, you might feel that it needs sportier pads, which is going to be an easy swap of around 1500 rupees over the regular pads, and I don't think that's going to be an issue because they last longer as well. Tires are good enough, but then again, they are good, but they're just not to my taste. They could have been better on the road. Off the road, they are quite good enough. They don't lose traction quite easily on trails, and we've seen that in the S. It clearly shows on the X here as well. In terms of trail riding, what I can see is that it isn't as let's say out and out capable, but this can do your trail riding. This can go over bad roads, and it can do all of those, let's say, get you out of sticky situations, gets you out of muddy situations, gets you out of sandy situations, and I think that's enough capability for a motorcycle if you're not planning to do hardcore off-roading. Of course, we all know by now, by the time this video comes out, we know that the Enduro R and the Enduro exists in the Indian market, so you can quite literally get that and get used to it. And there is, of course, the Duke for purely on-road madness, and then there are other motorcycles coming in, which I will talk to you about once I get my hands on it. Right now, the X definitely feels really good value, really capable enough for most situations, 95% of the situations, and this becomes a motorcycle. This is highly recommendable. If the S was recommendable, this is also even more recommendable for people who are jumping onto the adventure bandwagon after a 250 150cc motorcycle, naked motorcycle. This will really shape them to how riders supposed to be on adventure, and then they can hop on to bigger adventure or more capable adventure bikes in the future on the same platform, or some going on to higher cc motorcycles as well. So I think that's it. That's what the X is all about. We've seen this motorcycle deliver a lot in terms of capability, and we are very happy with it. The reliability and the quality levels have also increased. There's a good sign of reliability also increasing on this engine. Let's see how that pans out. Until then, thank you so much for watching. See you next time in the next video. Goodbye.